HIV/AIDS is caused by an infection with the human immunity deficiency virus, which typically goes unnoticed because of the prolonged period where no symptoms occur. HIV is most commonly spread by sexual activities and the exchange of body fluids. It can also be transmitted through childbirth, breastfeeding, and sharing needles. HIV/AIDS is not curable, but antiretroviral treatment can slow the course of the disease and may lead to a near-normal life expectancy. In 2015, 37 million people were living with HIV, and it resulted in a total of 1.2 million deaths. Most of the people infected live in the sub-Saharan part of Africa. Between its discovery and 2014, AIDS has caused an estimated 39 million deaths worldwide. HIV is a major public health concern, as it is the leading cause of death in many parts of Africa. Sub-Saharan Africa alone accounted for an estimated 69% of all people living with HIV and 70% of all AIDS deaths in Africa. The life expectancy in many parts of Africa is declining, largely as a result of the HIV/AIDS epidemic, with life expectancy in some countries reaching as low as 34 years. 59% of HIV-positive people in Africa are women. The majority of children diagnosed with HIV get the virus from their mothers. Africa's economy and social development has steadily decreased because hundreds of thousands of people are unable to work or educate themselves. On a positive note, treatment for HIV is much more successful than it used to be. Combinations of drugs known as antiretrovirals, ARVs, help combat the virus and enable people to live longer, healthier lives without their immune systems deteriorating rapidly. ARVs also significantly reduce the likelihood of the virus being transmitted. By the end of 2011, an estimated 56% of people eligible for treatment in sub-Saharan Africa were accessing it. There was a 19% increase in treatment coverage across the region between 2010 and 2011 alone. Antiretroviral therapy averted 5.5 million deaths in low and middle-income countries from the peak in 1995 until 2012. Sub-Saharan Africa accounted for most of these lives saved. Antiretroviral therapy reduced the risk of HIV transmission by up to 96%. Antiretroviral therapy reduced the risk of tuberculosis infection among people living with HIV by 65%. HIV treatment can generate economic savings within 5 years, which saves money and promotes development. Spending on antiretroviral therapy also generates economic returns of double or more than the initial investment. ARV allows people to engage in more productive activity. Working-age adults living with HIV can return to work earlier when they receive treatment, boosting labor productivity and reducing hardship among affected households. Antiretroviral therapy saves lives. HIV is incurable, but with the treatment, it gives those with the disease a sense of hope for a healthier and more prolonged lifestyle.